at the start of every video, you have to say, hey guys, what's up YouTubers? Before we go any further, smash that like button right down below. See that?
This is a game.
Hey, what camera am I looking at?
8-point game.
Hey, all right YouTubers, smash it, smash it, smash it.
On today's part of my take, we have Christian Horner. You're probably saying who? Or you're saying actually that's awesome because you've watched the Netflix series Drive to Survive. He is the team principal of Team Red Bull.
They're like the best NASCAR team in the world, right?
Yeah, F1 racing, Monaco this weekend. Awesome interview. One of those interviews where he started and he was like, who the fuck are these guys? And by the end, I think we were best friends. So very interesting. We're getting into new sports. We're going to talk a little NBA playoffs, LeBron seeing triple. NHL playoffs are back. Well, I keep saying back, but they've been here.
Well, no, now they're officially back because the regular season is now over.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Tim Tebow's fat ass and Firefest of the Week. We're going to do it all. Before we do that, a quick word from our friends at New Amsterdam Vodka. New Amsterdam Vodka is the official vodka of Barstool Sports. New Amsterdam is a premium 80 proof vodka made from some of the finest quality grains from America's heartland. It is 5 times distilled for unparalleled smoothness and filtered 3 times for a clean, crisp finish. We love New Amsterdam Vodka. We love the Pink Whitney. We made New Amsterdam drinks. The video is going to be out soon. PMT. We made a special drink that you'll have to watch, see if we win the contest, see if we have a special drink this summer. So check them out. New Amsterdam Vodka. You can buy it anywhere. New Amsterdam Vodka is the official vodka of Barstool Sports. It's the official vodka for pre-gaming or the after party. Extra smooth taste. And also, why don't you grab a Pink Whitney when you're watching some playoff hockey this spring? So, check them out, New Amsterdam Vodka. Thank you to New Amsterdam Vodka. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by New Amsterdam Vodka, the official vodka of Barstool Sports. Today is Friday, May 21st, and go team. You know?
I actually don't think that the name of this podcast is Part of My Take anymore.
Oh, no.
It's not. It's Martian My Jake.
Oh, no.
It is your guys'
Jake
show.
Marsh podcast.
I joined 2 years ago. You guys started this in 2016. I'm just a role player.
No, it's
your
what,
podcast.
What we've seen.
I'm helping on the side.
Thank you for giving us permission to have it still be our
Thank you,
podcast
sir.
alpha.
Thank you, sir.
It's a torch update with a podcast, and Jake is the alpha, and he just kind of cemented it. Well, I mean, we can go back and start with what happened today.
Yeah. So for people who didn't see Stool Streams, Hank has created Frankenstein. He's created. Well, I think it's Dr. He is Dr. Frankenstein. Is that correct?
Yeah, and Frankenstein was the monster.
He's created a monster. So he created Stool Streams. It's fantastic. It's great. You see people in the office competing. You can win money on the Play Barstool app. No big deal. But unfortunately, it's gotten away from him because he keeps playing Jake Marsh in ping pong, and Jake Marsh is the most accidental alpha I have ever seen in my entire life. Today he did a Ty Lue, Allen Iverson step over of Hank
trying to
help him up like he was injured or something.
But that's what makes Jake the true alpha, is because none of this is intentional.
Yeah.
It's all natural to him. Like lions
I've
don't
reviewed the tape.
Lions don't watch antelope run across the prairie and think to themselves, I have to prove that I'm a lion, so I'm going to go kill it and eat its butthole. They just do it because it's part of their nature.
Well, Jake, in this analogy, Jake is a lion. He eats the antelope, and then he says to the antelope, "Good chase."
Yeah, he's like, sorry.
Good chase, dude. I eat your heart out.
He's choking it out. He's like, I really hate to do this.
Yeah,
this
I didn't
just
mean
a really good race that we had.
Yeah, I didn't mean to catch you like that and rip you to shreds.
You're really good. You're really fast.
Yeah, if I wasn't going to eat your heart out right now, I would expect you to totally be getting up from this and running away. This would be what I mean, we won't spend too much time on it, but Hank, what is are you okay?
Hank's down bad. Down real bad.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I'm down pretty bad.
The
first one was bad, but it also, I think Hank in his head was like, this is great for Stool Streams.
Right.
That's just Jake's undercover psycho we never knew, and he was able to compartmentalize and move on. This one feels really bad because it's the second one, and again, the step over of another man's dead body.
And it's also the fact that it's a visual. It's not a video that you have to watch. It's just a picture.
It's
and
a
a picture's
picture.
worse because you can Photoshop a picture.
Correct.
You can.
Well, no,
put-
this doesn't. This is the perfect picture. It doesn't need any Photoshop.
I saw He Who Shall Not Be Named made a pretty good Photoshop out of it.
Oh.
He had it in P.
Oh no!
A little golden shower.
What you're not
Wait.
seeing in that picture.
He's doing.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
peeing on it.
Billy's photoshopping.
I didn't see that.
Oh my god! From the fucking.
Well, what's crazy-
Billy stopped drinking for 1 second, woke up from his drunken May, and was like, "Oh shit! I got to make this picture even worse for him."
What's crazy is that Jake has effortlessly accomplished everything that Billy had set out to do, which is become the new alpha of the show and take all of our jobs. Jake didn't even try to do it, and he's accomplished.
Are you? I'm
What
scared
you're not
of you.
seeing
I'm
in that-
legitimately scared
Okay.
of Jake.
Well,
Here's what I'll
real-
say. The only thing is that I'm going to say is that in the first one, I think it was just a genuine outburst of emotion.
yes.
Wasn't really at me. It was just to the world. I'm the best in the office. I'm the best one here. It was
Correct.
just telling
Fact
it.
check.
I'm,
True.
I'm
Yes, you're
talking,
right, Jake.
And this one, I fell to the ground. I had played 2 matches. People aren't talking about that. I had to play 2 matches. Fell to the ground in
You
exhaustion.
scheduled a match with PFT
We're on the-
beforehand.
we're on the same
See,
room.
I'm
Jake.
telling you, we're
don't-
not okay.
be
We're
loose.
not okay.
You don't need to scream.
We are not okay.
You don't need to scream. I fell to the ground. I was exhausted.
Yes.
Catching my breath. Jake came over, shook my hand, which was whatever. Walked away. Then was talking to the cameras. Had this little smile on his face as he's walking back. Does the Jordan shrug and then steps over me. So it's
No, actually,
no.
I'm going to throw a flag. He did the Allen Iverson step over, then the Jordan shrug.
Absolutely not.
celebrate
Can I
the step over.
provide the truth to this story, please?
Okay, well, real quick, I do want to say, Hank, in Jake's defense, there was a blog that just went up on the website, and the headline is great. Jake wrote this. The headline of this blog is "Sportsmanship, Not Disrespect: The Real Story of What Happened After Playing Table Tennis with Hank," in which he included all the necessary pictures and clips
Again,
explaining
accidental alpha.
and
breaking
featured it, mind you. Featured it. So it's the first
I have no access to feature.
Accidental alpha. Okay.
Let me
All
explain
right,
my
yes.
side.
Go ahead.
What you don't see in the picture, because it's cut off, is me offering my arm out.
Yeah, I think
to
that's
try-
worse. I think that's worse.
I was trying to help him
To
up.
pick him up off the ground. I mean, he wasn't dead.
I was
or
just
injured.
trying to be a
And
good
you're not
sport.
teammates.
People who know me know that I try to
if
be
you
positive.
don't
I
see
try to be a
people
good
after
sport.
the game finals, the Stanley Cup, you don't see teams picking players.
They have that's the biggest ritual in the hockey
the
playoffs.
handshake line. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying Adam Morrison, you didn't see UCLA players coming over to Adam Morrison picking him up off the ground
they did.
because
It
When
they
they
know
shook hands
It
afterwards,
sucks.
they definitely did.
we shook hands, Jake. We did
you
that.
had already
Yeah,
shaken
I tried
hands.
to help you out, Hank.
All right, well,
I
all right,
wasn't-
let's just we have sports we got to
Yeah,
talk
I
about.
do
but
appreciate, though, that Jake included the scores of the 21-9 match and the 21-14 match in the
Yeah.
recap. I had forgotten the score. Also, it was the most obvious thing in the world that Jake was going to make a beeline over to Hank to shake his hand.
Twice.
No, I mean, out of
God forbid I
sportsmanship.
show double sportsmanship.
Oh, double sportsmanship.
Who does
Wouldn't that cancel out your sportsmanship?
No, it doubles it down.
Oh,
Double
interesting.
sportsmanship. I
Okay,
like
but
it.
jokes aside, people know who
No
I
one's
am.
joking.
No. We have not joked
Where-
once. We're yet to tell a joke on this episode.
So
People know me
I
as a
went,
good person.
I went to thehealthy.com and I looked up how to fix a broken relationship, 8 expert tips, where it goes through do you have a broken relationship? Signs of a broken relationship. You're not talking to one another. I was in this room with you guys for about 50 minutes, an hour. Very few words. were
PFT
uttered.
texted me. He's like, "This is pretty tense."
Yeah,
I was like, "I'm not coming in."
One of you has shut down. I feel like Hank's on his phone right now. When we're trying to do a show.
Just researching.
Is your relationship
How to kill a man and get away with it?
Is your relationship worth saving? Is the next question.
Oh,
I think
good.
that's what you guys need to decide.
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
I don't know. I mean, they haven't said anything.
and it looks like it isn't.
Yeah, no, I mean we got to make it to the. We got to again.
You should fake a
The
pregnancy.
other thing is that
Yeah.
we're not talking about how it's still the regular season. It doesn't mean anything till the.
There you
till
go.
Tournament did
Good.
not
Good
exist
spin
until
zone,
I beat him
Hank.
2 weeks ago to
Hank, you
spin that.
haven't
but-
even lost.
It does say you likely won't make it if your partner is physically abusive. So I don't know.
Jake is borderline.
and Jake does keep saying I'll change. I swear it'll never happen again.
Right. And
then it
keeps
just
doing
happens.
it.
Triple sportsmanship me next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the triple sportsmanship. Just punch him.
Yeah.
I would never do that. That's not who I am.
No, I know. I'm sorry, sir. All right, let's talk about some sports. You guys are going to figure it out. We'll be fine. Jake, you're an alpha. Enjoy it. I mean, you're electric. You're an electric factory. Yeah, am I sad that I've lost a friend in Hank forever? Yeah, a little bit. But I've also gained a father figure in Jake.
No, you guys are my mentors.
Thank you. Thank you.
Including Hank. You guys have done a lot for me. So let's not spin that.
I'm legitimately scared of you, so I don't know how to respond.
Jake, what would you like us to lead the show off with today? We have Tim Tebow talk, we have hockey, and we have basketball. Your choice.
It's your guys' show.
No,
You
pick one.
decide
Pick
the
one.
opposite.
You have to pick one.
Pick one.
As your boss, I'm telling you, you have to pick one.
Yeah.
Brooks tied for the lead.
Oh, good
Okay,
call.
that wasn't an option.
Yes,
what an
that's
alpha.
the alpha.
God damn.
All right, so Brooks Koepka tied for the lead, looking great. He had a bad start, too. I think he double bogeyed the first.
Yeah, well, he had to play himself back into shape.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. People were talking about the angles and the chubby belly and the picture that came out on Wednesday. But it actually does say something about golf that you can play yourself into shape on one hole.
Yes. So Brooks is back. We're like, him being in the contention this week would be awesome. But not only is Brooks playing well, I'm pretty sure Max is tied for 12th right now.
Okay.
And Will
He hold out
is
an eagle.
tied for 12th right now.
He hold out an eagle
Yes.
on a par 5, I think.
All
Yeah.
three of our guys are 12th or better.
It's incredible. I was asking Max this the other day. Is there a name for if you get a hole-in-one on a par 5? Because I know it's an albatross if you get a double eagle, right?
It's an un.
It's an
Kim Jong-un.
I was thinking that we could name it. And I suggest
It should be a Kim.
A super max.
Yeah.
For Max, you should just like try to squat on that name for it. But I don't know if there's an actual golf term or not for it yet.
Yeah, so the what is it? Kiowa
Kiowa
Islands.
Island?
It's going to be windy. That's all I keep hearing. That's all I keep telling people. Like, hey, you see that wind? Talking about that wind. What are you laughing about?
Oh, just that comment.
Oh, okay. All right.
When- yeah, it was funny.
I'm so on edge. I'm so
too.
on edge. All right, next topic. Jake.
Playing.
Okay, the playing game.
Okay.
I hate LeBron.
I love him.
Let me finish.
I turned around on him last
I
night.
hate LeBron, but holy shit, is he so fun to like everything about him, the theatrics. The first half, he's so passive. And there was a moment where it actually happened in 2 possessions. He passed up a layup and took like a fadeaway 8-footer and bricked it. And everyone was like, ooh, LeBron, like, is he okay? And then in the next possession, he went down the court and won like fast break. And you're like, oh, LeBron woke up. And then he ended up hitting that 3, which should have been a 9.
Well,
because he shot it on 3 rims?
No, he was seeing 3 rims. And that post-game press conference, that was laugh out loud funny. That's when I officially turned on LeBron because he had that line ready to go. He had watched Rocky. I think it's a line from Rocky, like, you see 3 guys, or I'm seeing 3 guys, Mick, hit the one in the middle.
Hit the one in the middle.
It's a line from Rocky, and he had it ready to go. And actually, if we're actually like going into LeBron's brain and seeing through his eyes, shouldn't that make it easier to hit the shot if there are 3 hoops?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But it should have counted. I think it went in. Did it go in?
No, it went in 1.
Yeah, no, I don't know though.
No, he said he shot at the one in the middle. It went in the
But
one in
were
the
they
middle.
overlapping? So it could have been. I figured it's like the left hand hoop is halfway in the middle hoop, and the right hand hoop is halfway in the middle hoop as well. So it's like a Venn diagram.
Well, in that case, it would have bricked.
Did he brick 2 and hit 1?
I think so.
Okay.
Either that, or he didn't say if they were side by side.
Yeah.
Maybe they were on top of each other, and it went through all 3.
Yeah,
that
that's
would
what
have
I'm
been
saying.
a 9-pointer.
Right. It could have been a 9-pointer because it could
Like
have also
the
been
All-Star game where they bring out the big hoop.
Yeah, or it could have been like the rims were just slightly off a little bit. You know what I mean? So he was kind of seeing 3.
I mean, seeing 3 is also a sign of being intoxicated. Which she might have been.
She
sheeped
was
up.
the night before
He was
with
out
Drake.
with Drake doing a little unvaccinated party.
I think, and I know that game was awesome. I stayed up for it. Not saying I'm a hero, but I did. I think LeBron drinking the night before with Drake proved my point that game didn't really matter. Because, like, there's no way if that was a real playoff game, elimination game, he's going to be out drinking with Drake tonight.
Well, what he's done is he's become the reverse Skip Bayless of himself because he builds in his excuses every time, too. So while Skip was saying if they don't win by at least 20, which they didn't, so technically the Warriors won, it would be a disappointment. LeBron saw that, and he's like, well, I'm going to go out with the most famous person in the world, have my picture taken, be like, oh, dang, I didn't think that they were going to get me out at the club with my guy Drake.
Big caught me sipping.
I was trying to have a low-key night with Drizzy, and they got me. And then he's got his excuse just in case they do lose. But the poke in the eye from Draymond, I would have loved it if he had come out wearing an eye patch, like a Mike Zimmer for that last shot. That would have been hilarious.
So Draymond needs a little credit because he was awesome defensively. Draymond's 3-point shot is like a bad joke at a party. Like whenever he takes, like the Warriors can be rolling, and then he'll take his 3-point shot that looks like he's got a piano on his back, and it will just be record scratch, like, ooh, he shouldn't have done that. But he has to keep taking because they leave him wide open. And he was great. Steph was obviously fantastic. Steph's so much fun. Steph also, if you saw afterwards, I think LeBron said I was seeing triple, and Steph was like, "Come on, dude.
Yeah,
like get the fuck out of here." Like
CJ McCollum online too.
Yeah,
aimed for the middle one.
Yeah, aimed for that middle one. And then I think, unfortunately, the Lakers are going to repeat.
You think so? They're going to have trouble with the Suns, I think.
No.
That sucks so bad for the Suns. They haven't made the playoffs in forever, so I said that right after the game, and some people were like, "Dude, the Suns are really good." I agree, the Suns are really good, but if you're the Suns, if you're a Suns fan, you can't tell me that you are pumped about the fact that you have your best team in 15 years and you happen to match up with the defending champions and LeBron James for your first round matchup.
Definitely.
That's terrible.
Right. That's not ideal, but I do think that the Suns are good enough to they can win. I'll borrow a phrase for myself. They could win this series. They need to get back in their team building exercises. I think go with what worked for you in the bubble. Just get some thought.
Get sucked off.
Get the team suck going.
Yeah, remember Jake's going to be number one. Or is he last?
No, I think
he's
want to
one
go first.
Now.
You got to go first. Yeah.
So the Lakers, the reason why I think they're going to, it's basically LeBron is going to, what you saw in the second half when he's, even though he's never going to be 100% again, he just decides like, oh yeah, I remember I'm LeBron and I can go to the rim whenever I want and I can dominate this game. And then Anthony Davis, he's what's the old, there's an old like children's story, the elephant that's scared of the mouse. Is that something?
Horton Hears a Who?
Maybe. Anthony Davis, like half of the games, he just forgets that he's a 7-footer and better than everyone. Like in the first half, he forgot that he was 7 feet and better than everyone. And then the second half, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm 7 feet and I'm the best guy here."
Well, sometimes the mark of a true alpha is knowing when to concede.
True.
And when Alex Caruso is on fire, you feed that beast.
Yeah, the Caruso. So as long as Anthony Davis remembers that he's 7 feet tall and awesome at basketball, and LeBron, decides like, "Hey, remember I'm LeBron." I don't know. It's weird to say a 7 seed, and the Lakers have looked bad at times, and when they look bad, they look really bad. But I don't know. Like, are you really going to bet against LeBron right now?
They also didn't play for like LeBron and Anthony Davis didn't play combined for like the whole regular season together.
Right. So I
don't think the seed matters.
No, it doesn't. Right. It doesn't matter. It just matters. I mean, a game 7, but then you have to ask like how many fans.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think by this weekend it'll be like fully open, or next weekend.
Arizona seems like
in LA.
Yeah.
Arizona, yeah, you can.
Pretty sure the 29th, like all the wheels come off. At least in Massachusetts.
Hell yes. All right, so we have the setup now. Oh yeah, the Grizzlies beat the Spurs. That was great.
Everybody watched that.
That was fucking awesome.
The only comment I'll ever have about the Grizzlies is they're
the overhit.
They're the same team.
Nope. But I'm a rider.
They're the same team year to year, and they're a team that's like kind of nasty, kind of tough.
Yeah, and grit and grind.
Yeah, grit and grind. And my only other comment is that I miss the Vancouver Grizzlies uniforms. Bring those back.
Yes, they have worn those a couple times this year. And also, Pop, I know that it's cool to be like the funny, like older genius, but his look it's gone real far.
He embraced this quarantine. And the thing is, like,
his hair and
Pop-
his like just his whole everything.
Pop's also been around barbers. Like, teams have barbers that stay in quarantine with him to get their hair cut. So he doesn't really have an excuse. I think a lot of guys, once they hit their 60s, they're just like,
Giving up.
I am not getting any hotter
Yes.
at this point.
But so we have first round this weekend. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be great. We talked about the Heat and the Bucks. I think that starts on Saturday. So that's like the bonus of all this is, usually it's the first weekend of May when we have like the start of all these playoff series. So we have 8 games on Saturday and Sunday. Mavericks and Clippers are going to be great. Hank, do you give your Celtics a chance against the Nets?
No, I think we might get a game or two. I think
Okay.
it's going to be. I've rewatched The Last Dance recently. Like, I know everyone talked about it during the pandemic ad nauseum, but unbelievable documentary. I think it's going to be like when Jordan faced the Celtics, like his first year or whatever in the playoffs, where
Tatum's going to have a couple games.
yeah, he's going to have a couple crazy games, but
Got it.
the better team will win.
So what changed between today and like 2 days ago? Because you were feeling pretty confident.
Was I?
Nah.
Oh, that was
It's kinda
against
been
the
same.
Sixers.
Yeah, it's been the same.
You were saying that you could beat
We
the
would
Sixers.
beat the Sixers. I'll say that right now. If we were playing the Sixers, we'd beat them. But
Mark it.
Oh, no. All right, can we get this off the TV?
Yeah, the
They're
TV's
replaying stool streams.
I think we know
we
what
were
happened.
doing well. We were doing
this
well.
is you, though.
What are you talking
This
about?
is
This is
you
me.
written all over.
How is it me? I don't control this.
Can we just turn that TV off?
Nah, actually leave it on.
Actually-
Fine, just leave it on.
Exactly.
Bubba, if you want to turn one of these cameras and put it on the TV so we can have a live stream going for all the people that are watching.
just the
Simulcast.
graphic.
Oh,
Oh,
it's just a graphic. Oh,
okay.
so they're not going to show the game?
No.
All right, good. So Sunday, we're going to just say the Wizards beat the Pacers.
Sure. I don't know. The Pacers
I don't
won
know.
by like 30 points in their
Okay, we'll
playing
say the
game.
Pacers beat the Wizards.
Yeah, that sounds better.
All right, so the Sixers and the Pacers. I'm very excited for the Suns-Lakers. That's 3:30 on Sunday, which, yeah, it's going to be great. A lot of sports all weekend. Anything else in NBA before we ask Jake where we can go to next?
I'm good on NBA. I want to go back because I was telling you that if there was a good play-in game, you would like the play-in format. And last night we had a good play-in game.
Yeah, it was, but I stand by the fact that I don't need to see a 33 and 39 team play an extra game to see if they get in the playoffs.
Right, but if all it gave us was the Lakers playing
That
the
one-
Warriors,
yeah,
and
they should have retired
and
it after
LeBron
that.
James
Yes.
hitting the legendary eye shot.
Yes, I just think that do 8-9. I'm cool with 8-9.
LeBron
I think
James-
the 7-10 thing is stupid.
LeBron,
8-9 sudden death. One game.
Yes, exactly. 8-9 sudden death,
what they
one
did in
game.
the bubble,
yes, yes, exactly. I mean, this is a very atypical year because you have the defending champs being the 7 seed. How many times do 7 and 8 seeds win in the NBA playoffs? Very rarely.
has LeBron put up an Instagram post about that shot yet?
To his former self?
Yeah, he definitely. He's like, I was seeing in the future. My eyes were so screwed up past LeBron. He thinks that was his Willis Reed moment.
Yes.
He might actually come out and lay an egg in this series because that one shot
He won
was
it all,
so
yeah.
emotionally draining.
Yes, that's true. All right, let me do a quick ad read from our friends at Movement in a tiny apartment in Southern California. 2 college dropouts teamed up to create a watch company that broke all the rules with fair prices, unexpected colors, and clean original designs. Movement, MVMT, grew into one of the fastest growing watch brands, shipping over 160 countries across the globe. You got to check out these watches. They are great watches. They won't break the bank, so they look like they're $400, $500 watches. You can get a Movement watch for $100. That is looking great, and everyone's complimenting it. It is a price point that no one else can beat out there. So check them out. They are beautiful watch, shipped right to your door for free. And if you don't love it, you can ship it right back for free. They also have blue light glasses. So if you spend your day in front of the TV or computer, you need a pair of the Movement Everscroll blue light filtering glasses. They are a game changer. It really helps with eye strain and poor sleeping patterns. And the modern style of the frames make you look good, makes you look smarter. Oh, also, if you're a diver or you're a swimmer, you can go up to 100 meters deep into the water with your Movement watch. That's not even a brag. That's just a fact.
I frequently go up to 90 meters deep, so it's good
That's
to know
sick.
that my watch will handle that.
Yeah, that's sick. So if you want to elevate your look with style that doesn't break the bank, then join the Movement, MVMT, and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/pardon. Again, that's mvmt.com/pardon. Jake, next topic.
Let's go with the Mayor's Bet update. A great double overtime game yesterday.
Okay, Hank, this is good for you.
This is great,
This
actually.
is good, Hank.
Hey, congratulations on a big overtime win. I'll be the bigger man and congratulate you immediately.
Not to be a downer, but there was a big stream at the office last night. I just didn't get invited to it.
Oh. Yeah, it was mostly for, like, big content names
Right.
on the stream.
Jake,
Boston
were you
people.
there? Jake, were you there?
I was not.
Were you invited, though?
I was not.
But yeah, it was a good game. I watched it at home by myself, and I was happy the Bruins won.
I just hope that at this point the Bruins and Caps go 7 games and every game goes.
I can't do
Also,
it.
Ovi's falling apart.
I
Ovi's falling
can't do
apart
it
at the
anymore.
seams.
Did
Yeah.
you see? So after it was over,
Nope.
Samsonov had a great game for the most part, except for the very end. Ovi screamed at him after that last goal. I looked up what the translation was. According to the lip readers online, of which there are many, he told Samsonov, "Don't sleep tonight, bitch."
Oh,
So I don't know if Ovi's going to kill him. He might be dead.
yeah.
One of Putin's guys might have come into the room last night.
That's a tough
and
one to
whacked
say to a
him.
teammate.
Don't sleep,
bitch.
bitch.
Am I crazy? I always remembered the pronunciation being Samsonov.
That's
And
a
I feel like-
different, yeah.
Oh, okay. It is a different person.
Different person.
completely?
I
because every
used
time
to
they
call him
say it, I'm like,
Samsonov,
was there a mandate where all of a sudden the announcers have to really like enunciate the Samsonov?
It's a different guy, but
All right.
yeah, I can see how that would be confusing to a casual.
The
I actually do think that the best way to turn the series around right now, because like 2 overtime losses in a row, it's not the same as just 2 regular, 3-period losses where you lose by a goal.
Right.
It's emotionally draining. You have to come out, and I think Tom Wilson has to get into a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has to try to fight Marchand.
well, let me ask you this: must win or can't lose.
It's a can't lose.
Yeah,
I thought about
agree.
that. I thought about it. And what's really starting to make me upset is I have to start mentally preparing myself for this might be Ovi's last season.
Ooh.
Because he's a free agent.
and you have to eat Olive Garden until you puke.
Yeah. I did say I would stop using that's cap if the Caps came back and won.
Oh.
So that's on the line.
So I'm
That's
a Caps fan
officially
now.
on the line. I figure that's a good way to get people around me. I will stop using that's cap. I will effective game 7 or game 6 whenever we win this thing, I will stop using that's cap for the rest of my life. I will never say those words again.
Okay,
That's my
so
solemn
there it
promise
is.
to you.
Other series, Avalanche are awesome. I love their uniforms too. I think they were wearing like throwback uniforms last night. They look sick. And speaking of uniforms, the Oilers, they wore the worst uniforms that they have, and you can't do that in the playoffs. You can't bring out your worst sweater.
Which ones were they wearing in the
They
barn?
were wearing the black ones with like the orange silhouette.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You can't do that.
Especially when you have one of the best regular uniforms
Right,
ever. The
right.
Blues and orange.
It's
Blue
the
and orange
playoffs.
is a great color combination.
It's the playoffs,
Except for the Mets.
We're gonna have Biz on Sunday night, so we will do some in-depth hockey talk. We promise.
So did you hear what Patrick Sharp said on the broadcast?
I'm hot, and
yeah.
I have 3 rings.
He's like, I've got great hair. I've got a lot of championships. Big Cat's taking a picture of me right now at home, probably. And
fact.
he mentioned the fact that you can just jam the goal with a bunch of players. And I asked Ryan Whitney and Biz Nasty about that. These are 2 scholars, and they both said that they are not aware of a rule that would prevent an entire
There we
team
go.
from playing the stack and just laying on each other's backs and blocking the goal.
So there it is. Figure it out, people. Do that. Park the bus. All right. Next topic, Jake.
No hitters are happening every day.
Oh
many.
my God!
Should we
I'm so
play a game
sick
and
of them.
pick
know what?
who's going to throw tonight's no hitter?
It's just like,
I think there'll be 2 tonight.
yeah, probably.
there are a lot of day games, so
The
there's
fact that the
only-
Yankees
there's
haven't
only
had
5
one-
night games.
It actually bums me out because the Cubs had for a long time. It was like one of the only records the Cubs had. Well, that and having the longest drought, like World Series drought, but they had the longest time period of not being no hit. Cole Hamels no hit him. I think it was like 2014, 15 maybe. And it would have been an awesome record to have right now because it was like 25, 30 years or something. In today's game, it would be like, holy shit, that would be the cool the new no hitter to be like, we haven't been no hit.
Right. I actually think that throwing no hitters have gotten, it's like chuggy now.
Yeah,
It's like kind of overdone. It's
Yeah.
lame.
Oh, Hank's shaking his head.
You don't think it's chuggy, Hank?
Just everything you say, but
What? Everything I say is chuggy? Yeah, I work for Barstool
it's like
Sports.
Draymond Green shooting a 3. It doesn't look natural. Yeah.
It's chuggy. It's chuggy AF. It's honestly,
yeah,
It's-
AF.
it's cringe.
Want to hit this, cousin?
No, it's big yikes.
Big yikes. Big oof.
I don't know about that one, Chief, when guys are throwing no-hitters out there.
I don't know. What is it? What was the old one that you made me say like 2 years ago? I don't know about that.
That one, Chief.
Yeah.
Oh, that one, she.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but seriously, like no-hitters are lame now.
Yeah, no,
no-hitters
they-
are not cool. And
Guys
it's-
strike out too much. Guys don't fucking hit for contact. They're trying to hit home runs.
I actually think it's
Ban the shift.
it's gotten selfish to the point where like your defense isn't getting the reps in, so fielding percentages are down.
Yeah.
The seams are bigger. They added an extra seam on the baseball this year.
Yeah, all right, here's
Anyone can throw.
here's what they should do is they should not count no hitters where if you get any outs with the shift.
Yeah.
That shouldn't that's part of the problem.
It's on.
And the shift.
I wonder if Tony La Russa would ever get mad at a pitcher in any circumstance
Tony La
for
Russa-
throwing a no-hitter.
Tony La Russa getting mad at
What's his perfect
his own players and then defending the other team for throwing at him. He's just goofed up. He's all goofed up. All right, next topic, Jake.
All right, I got one more notable one. We got our first,
I like this actually.
Uh-huh.
He's like our little reality.
Keeps it moving.
we got our first look at Tim Ochocinco Tebow.
Oh,
I like that
he's
name.
looking chonk. Also,
He is.
so
Big boy, fullback.
most people saw that and was like, "Hey, that's a fat ass." Tim Tebow's kind of fat. I saw it and I was like, "How dare you, Tim Tebow, taking Blake Bortles' number?"
85?
No, I thought he took 5.
No, Ocho Cinco.
Oh,
No,
he took
no.
85.
No, he was just
Yeah,
so big that you could
guard-
Oh
only
shit! I didn't see the 8.
you could
It was
only
wrapped
see the
around.
5 on his back. The 8 was on his side.
Fuck.
What I took from it
I was
is-
wrong. Big wrong.
I think Tim Tebow is kind
yeah.
of a Trojan horse deal. I think he might end up playing quarterback. Because if you saw the handshake that he put on the other guy, that is a quarterback's handshake. He put his hand out to introduce himself as they're walking away. They shook hands. He jerked the guy's hand a little bit. Alpha him. Jake knows about that. The old Trump one where he put him off balance just for a second. And then as the guy got a little off balance, Timmy patted him on the back and gave him like reassurance. It was like the entire encapsulation of how to become a natural alpha in about 0.5 seconds. Flawlessly
I
executed.
know about that.
Tim Tebow.
I've seen it.
Tim Tebow, I think, is going to. If I were Trevor Lawrence, I would sleep very cautiously at night.
Yes, you know Urban loves him. He loves himself some Tebow. We have one last topic. Let's talk before we get to Christian Horner. So, if you have not watched Drive to Survive on Netflix, I just binged it. I think PFT, you just started it as well.
I saw 2 eps.
It's fucking awesome. And I think we're going to dip our toe into a little F1 content. Not go crazy, but we're going to do it a little.
It's foreshadowing, but I think I agree with the end of the interview. We have to go and be there in person and
In
really
Monaco.
feel it,
Monaco.
and then we
Monaco.
can talk about it going forward.
Yes.
I think.
All it took because
Otherwise, we'll just come across as fraud.
yeah,
that's
we
true.
got to
So
get there,
true.
and
So
you got to
true.
go to the Mecca, which is Monaco,
Monaco,
right?
yeah.
There have been a couple times this week when we've been talking about this interview and the scheduling of it, and I've just tossed out there like we should probably go to Monaco.
Monaco, yeah.
And if
Next year, Monaco.
If anybody had said like even kind of as a joke, yes, let's go, it no longer would have been a joke to me, and I would have been like, yeah, we're doing it. Let's buy a plane ticket.
Yeah.
I would like to go to
We
the
need a
Monte
yacht.
Carlo. Yeah.
Next year in 2022, they're doing a track right outside Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. You guys can come stay at my place.
Sure
Love it.
thing,
Yes,
sir.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you need us to like do any gardening for you,
Yeah, can we use the toilet?
if
Or
you-
no, we'll just.
My
there's
mom
probably-
will cook for you.
we'll do any
Okay,
chores
yes.
you
Anything
want.
you need us to do.
We'll be a good host.
But it's awesome because if you haven't watched it, so F1, I was skeptical. I had heard like people talking about it, and then we got this interview booked a couple weeks ago. I was like, let me just start watching this, and it was one of those things that you watch and you can't stop watching because yes, it's about racing, but it's also the drama is crazy and like the tracks are cool, the scenes are cool. They've done Netflix or whoever created Drive to Survive did the perfect hack of if we show enough aerial shots of cool sceneries, like people are gonna like this show no matter what. And then you throw in everyone hating each other, like the infighting, the little petty wars. It's this league on steroids.
For me, it's mostly about the optics of success that just emanate from Formula One racing.
Yes.
So like if
the
we
accents.
talk about Formula One, I think that people will just be like, those guys are sophisticated as hell.
Right.
Like
Like
if you just say like I'm a big Formula One fan, I love Team Ferrari, people will be like, that guy is rich and
Michael
successful.
Schumacher.
He probably owns several Ferraris.
Yup, Michael Schumacher. He's the GOAT. That's a fact.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So, well, Lewis Hamilton might
No,
be.
I think Schumacher. See,
I am
this
a Ferrari
conversation
guy.
right now.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Everybody's like, "Fuck,
Holy
those guys
shit.
are wealthy."
And they were talking about Monaco. Where even is that? This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we exude class. So yeah, I'm gonna try to watch F1 this weekend.
I actually think that is probably the only race in the world that I would get kicked out of.
Monaco.
Just
Why?
well, not for anything that I did. I probably wouldn't be admitted.
But you can't even.
Any other motorsport
I don't want
in
to
the world.
say that you're now making us look poor, but you are, because you don't even have to get admitted to Monaco. You can just watch the race on your yacht.
Well, I don't think I'd be admitted in the vicinity.
No, dude, we'd have our yacht.
I've actually been.
We
to
don't
Monaco.
need
It's
to.
lovely.
I know we wouldn't need to buy. You don't buy tickets. You watch it from a fucking rooftop or your yacht.
I just don't think. I think I don't have
Come
the
on.
Monaco look.
We'll get it. We'll find it.
Any other motorsport, it's like
Uh-oh.
that guy should probably be competing.
What's breaking news? Fredo is trending.
Oh no,
People are using a slur again.
is it about Maradona's doctors?
Oh no, it's just Chris Chromo.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, uh-oh.
Did you hear that about Maradona's doctors?
What?
They killed him.
Why?
I don't know. They're trying to figure it out.
Fuck.
The case is like going to court. They're being charged with homicide. They killed the goat.
Shit.
Messi probably had something to do with it.
No.
Messi wants goat
Wrong.
status.
No. Messi loves Maradona. It's probably Ronaldo. All right. So I cannot recommend it enough. Drive to Survive on Netflix. It's awesome. Like I was skeptical because I'm not a big like racing guy, car racing guy, but it's way more than that. It's everything. So just pop it in. There's 3 seasons right now. And Monaco on this weekend, and we're going to talk to Christian Horner. All right, before we get to Christian Horner, Simply Safe. Simply Safe is an award-winning home security system, so you know it's engineered with the latest technology. You want to keep your family safe. But what really sets Simply Safe apart is its people. Highly trained security experts who are always there for you when you need them most. These are people who truly care about keeping you safe. When an alarm goes off, a person who cares is there for you with a phone call to make sure you're okay. When an emergency happens, a person who cares is there for you by getting fire and police responders to your front door right away. Even if you're just having a problem setting up your system, a person who cares is there for you with a friendly chat and a quick resolution. The bottom line is this: when you need them most, Simply Safe is there 24/7 with people who care and experts trained to not only keep you safe, but to make you feel safe. It's one of the many reasons U.S. News recently called Simply Safe the best home security of 2021. To learn more about how Simply Safe can help protect you and your family, visit simplysafe.com/PMT today to customize your system and get a free security camera. You also get a 60-day risk-free trial, so there's nothing to lose. That's simplysafe.com/PMT. Okay, here he is, Christian Horner. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is team principal of Red Bull Racing Formula One, Christian Horner. They're actually teaming up with Cash App as well, which is a sponsor of ours, working with you guys. You guys are at Monaco on right now, and you have the race coming up on Sunday. We're excited to have you on. I want to just tell you beforehand that I'm a diehard F1 fan as of a week and a half ago. I binged all 3 seasons. So
fantastic.
So I guess my first question is, what made you go with the spray tan for season 3 after season 1 and 2?
Well, that was, being locked up at home for a couple of months. So you get out in the garden a bit. And the first time I've been in one place for that period of time. So there were benefits to this pandemic.
Okay. All right. I just had to ask that. All right. But seriously, so for people, our audience probably isn't the biggest F1 fans. If you want to go watch Drive to Survive, it's awesome on Netflix. There's 3 seasons out. Can you explain to us what Monaco means to the F1 world and what they should expect to watch when they're watching this weekend?
Well, Monaco's a big one. All the races have the same points, but this is the big one. Every driver, every team wants this on their CV. It's over 70 years old, this race. The track's largely unchanged. It's an insane circuit. There's no overtaking here, so qualifying is everything. But you're racing through a tunnel. You're running around the harbour. You're going through where the market would be, past the casino. So it's an iconic race. And when people think Formula One, 90% of them will also think Monaco.
And I'm a diehard Formula One fan in the last 2 days. So I've seen a couple of the episodes. I followed along a little bit. I know that you have, in your last couple races, finished in second place. I saw that you were saying that you expected a good result this weekend. In American media, what we like to do is we like to make people guarantee victories, and then that gives us a lot of headlines and generates buzz for us. So would you like to guarantee a victory this weekend at Monaco?
No, I'm not going to get, we're very British, so we're very reserved. We don't talk about guaranteeing anything. So no, we'll totally understate it. We'll put all the pressure on Lewis Hamilton and try and beat him on Sunday afternoon. But look, it's really tight between the guys at the front. Between Lewis and Max, there's nothing been much between them the first 4 races. This race, the driver makes a difference. And it's going to be about getting the qualifying right, because then you can weave like hell and keep the guy behind for 70 laps.
All right, so I'm actually very curious about this. The driver versus the car. Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT. Whenever we're discussing sports in America, we like to do the GOAT. Max Verstappen's going to be world champion. That's what everyone says. I believe it as well. How much of it is the driver and how much of it is the car? Like, if you put Max or Lewis in a bottom-tier car, would they be on the podium, or is it impossible?
No, they wouldn't be on the podium. It's impossible. But, the car's a big influence. It's probably about a third if you split it up between car or chassis, engine, and driver. So, that's probably about the split.
Okay, that actually helps a lot, because I'm watching these episodes and I'm wondering, obviously the financial part of the sport is interesting, because if you spend more money, you have more resources, you have a bigger team. But the fine details on the car, are those things that you're thinking of in the off season, and you're just hoping it works when you get into testing and you get into the season?
No, look, we don't make things up as we go along. We do a huge amount of simulation. We do a massive amount in the virtual world. We pretty much live in the matrix. So when we turn up at a track, the driver's tested the updates, he's tested the car, the engine, everything. And the reality versus the virtual world is getting so close now in that simulation that that's how we develop these cars.
Yeah.
Can you remember when you were growing up? I know you grew up in a motorsports family. Do you remember when you fell in love with going fast?
Yeah. A long time ago. We had at the house I lived at in the countryside, there was a hill outside, at the back of the garden. And there was a road, and it was about, we used to make like a soapbox to go down the hill there. And of course, it had no brakes or anything like that. And it was all about who could go the quickest. I was probably about 8, 9. That's where I fell in love with speed. Evel Knievel was a big factor in my life as well.
Ooh,
Evel Knievel and the Fall Guy. He was a big influence on my younger careers.
So the influence was you love to go fast, and then you also weren't afraid of crashing from time to time.
No, absolutely. You want to jump things. You want a hot girl next to you in the pickup truck. Dukes of Hazzard, they were a big influence on me as well. 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
All those classics.
Yeah.
So the sport is so fascinating to me, and like I said, I've been a diehard fan for a week and a half now. When we're talking about American sports and you talk about teams and teammates, you obviously are expecting teammates to work together. This sport's obviously a little different, that the teammates are competing against each other. Is there how do you as basically the head coach of this whole system, how do you get them to work together but also know that at the end of the day they're really racing each other?
Well, I think there's a big difference between American sport and European sport, because in America you say teammates, they genuinely like each other, they give each other the ball, they'll play with each other, they work for each other. Call a teammate in Europe, they fucking hate each other. Because it's the one guy that's gonna kill his career.
Right.
So they play team, but the reality is they both want to beat each other. And so my job is to try and keep them both pointing in the right direction and score as many points for the team as they can.
And is there ever a time where you will say, either mid-race or before the race, hey, look, you have to take one for the team here. You have to help, Max get to the podium. You have to we're not expecting you to win this race. We want you to help him win this race. Is there any element of that?
There will be, because, at some point you've got to pick your best chance of success. So, Max is probably the most likely guy to obviously win their championship for us. And we got a great driver in Sergio Perez. And obviously at some stage, his role will be to say, right, okay, we got to help Max win this.
Yeah.
But we're nowhere near that stage. We're only 4 races in and focused on giving both drivers the best chance that we can. It's usually the last sort of 25% of the championship that will happen.
Mm-hmm. How have things changed in the sport given the popularity of the Netflix series? Because I imagine that it's been exposed to a massive audience that might not have ever heard of you guys before. Have you noticed like different fans out at the race, more fans in general?
Yeah, look, we've noticed a massive change since Netflix came along. I mean, I'm very popular with the older generation now, so all the older viewers that seem to have been attracted to myself. But it's fantastic that we're reaching this whole new audience, and that Netflix is putting Formula One in front of people that wouldn't have naturally watched Formula One, and then they want to find out what's going on, what happened. This is a soap opera, and so they have to tune in and watch the sport, and then they get more and more engaged. So for us, it's fantastic. We have a growing audience in the US that's going crazy. We're bringing in a lot of US sponsors like Cash App, like Oracle, and ExxonMobil, AT&T, some great brands. And, that's all because of the popularity that's growing, and Netflix is a big part of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a test case for that. I had no idea what F1 was, and then I watched it.
You'd have never heard of me before.
No.
Exactly.
I didn't, and I actually want to throw this out there because I think the greatest humble brag, I don't know if you intended this to happened in season 1 of Drive to Survive when you were at home with your family and your wife's standing next to you, and they just didn't mention the fact that I was like, wait, is that Ginger Spice? And then I realized it was. So, we're 36-year-old guys who grew up on the Spice Girls. So that was kind of a cool twist that we didn't expect.
Yeah. Who was your favorite?
Ginger Spice. Wait,
respectfully.
Yeah, congratulations.
Respectfully,
is what I meant to say.
Respectfully.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
again, we're very British about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you've done well for yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I like to think she's punching above her weight, but it's probably me that is.
Yeah.
If you guys have to go out to dinner, if you have to make like a last-minute reservation, whose name are you dropping? Are you going to say you or hers?
Depends where we go. But usually her name works a bit more than mine does.
Imagine that opens some doors for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
How does it work if you're growing up over in Europe and you're into Formula One? How do you decide which team to support? That's always been like fascinating to me when it comes to more individual sports. It's like, how do people get attached to a driver or a team?
Usually it's through a driver, isn't it? It's either through nationality. Like when I was growing up, Nigel Mansell was a big name for me. British guy, drove with his, a lot of heart. And he was up against somebody like Ayrton Senna, who had a massive following in Brazil and South America. So 90% of the time it's the driver. And that's what the US need. We've got to get a decent American driver running in Formula One. And as soon as that happens, I think the US, will just take off even more. We've got a new race coming in Miami next year, which is going to be super cool. So, our presence in the US is growing and growing. We just need a US star. We've got a youngster that's only, I think he's 14, 15, Jack Crawford, American kid. And he's going to be a big name. He's going to be a good one.
I love it.
That's a good name too. Yeah. Has it ever worked the other way? Because I know that you've heard of some F1 drivers coming over trying their hand at NASCAR. Has there ever been a major NASCAR driver that's crossed over and tried to compete in F1?
I think NASCAR drivers, they come and had a go, but they haven't actually raced. And likewise, the other way around. I think Montoya was the guy that went the other way. And he did a pretty decent job from what I could see in NASCAR. But it's like they're two different worlds. It's like, we have rugby, you've got American football, and, we got soccer or football and you've got soccer. It's, there's cars and tracks, but Formula One is a different challenge to anything in the US compared, for example, like the Indy 500.
Right. Dumb question. When a crash happens, obviously the first thing you're thinking about is the safety of the driver and making sure everyone's okay. After everyone's okay, are you like, oh shit, that's a lot of money. Like that's a lot of money that we just lost on that car.
Exactly. Especially this year with the cost, we got a financial cap. So we're restricted to $145 million. And it sounds like a lot.
On a car?
But yeah, on the car, right?
Okay.
So we can't go over that. Last year we'd have been spending about 195. So we've had to reduce our costs significantly for this rule this year. So somebody crashes the car, that's expensive. And so, yeah, as soon as the guy's all right, you're thinking, how much did that cost?
Yeah, right. That little fender bender. So speaking of the restrictions, the financial restrictions, do you think that's good for the sport, that there's going to be more parity and overall the health of the sport will be better knowing that you can't just spend the most money and win the championship?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's ultimately a positive thing. You just want to make sure that people are all playing by the same rules. It's like, they're all different entities. So, Ferrari make road cars and race cars. So if Luigi's designing a front wing, is it for a Formula One car or a F60? So you just want to make sure. And I think they've got they have got quite a good process in place. And, everybody's setup is different. So it's a new challenge this year. But I think ultimately it's a good one. It's going to take a couple of years to settle down, but I think it's healthy for the whole sport.
I like that about you, by the way, that you are not afraid to be like, hey, that's illegal. Like, I'm going to protest that. Has anyone ever come up to you and been like, you're a snitch? Like, why are you doing that? I think it's great. I think it's awesome to watch because you're basically like a coach. We're going to use every advantage we have. We're going to expend every resource to try to win this race. And if that's like, Absolutely. Hey, this guy missed the yellow flag, we're going to say it. But has there ever been any backlash?
People always have opinions, but my job is to push the limits. If I don't do that, then I'm not doing my job properly. If I say, yeah, it's okay, you guys take the yellow flag, we'll give you that win.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So underneath that British exterior is a competitive American interior.
There's a shark.
Oh, I like that.
I like that a lot too. Yeah. What's the most expensive part on your car right now?
The fleshy bit in the middle with 2 arms, 2 legs.
I was like, wait, what? What is? I'm not a big car guy. What are you talking about?
Does it make a difference? And we've definitely entered like the stupid question portion of this interview right now.
Well, because the beginning was just really great journalism by us.
Does it matter if your driver loses 10 pounds the week before a race?
Yeah, it does actually, because we want the drivers to be like jockeys. They've got to be a consistent weight over the weekend because we ballast the car because it's a combined weight between the driver and the car. So if the driver loses, 10 kilos, then we're in trouble because, if he hasn't told us. So we're constantly weighing these guys. They get weighed after breakfast. They get weighed before they get in the car. They get weighed after they get out of the car because, they spend more time on the scales than anybody else I know because we have to have them at a consistent, weight.
Yeah.
Right, so how does that work over the course of a race? Because I would imagine if you're competing in Austin, Texas or Miami, it's going to be hot out. It's a long race. Probably lose a lot of water weight over the course of it. Does the car then handle differently because of that?
It won't handle differently, but we have to take that into account with the weight that we start with. So the driver will, somewhere like Singapore will lose 2 kilos, through just sweating. So you have to compensate that with the weight that you put in the car for the end of the race.
So since we're an American sports podcast, this probably won't get picked up, but internationally. But who do you hate the most on the circuit?
Who do I hate the most in Formula One?
Yeah. With this, you can just say whatever because no one will ever write up a story.
Nobody will ever hear this, will they?
We're very small.
No. Look, I love everybody.
Yeah,
I love everybody. I don't have any enemies in Formula One.
Do you though? The guys on the other teams. Do you have any relationship off camera, or maybe go out to dinner at the end of the season, or is it true like, hey, this is a rivalry. I want to beat you, and I'm not gonna be friendly with you no matter what.
Look, it's not. We're not playing chess with each other. I mean, it's a rivalry, and. I am a great believer that you can't fake things. It's real. So I won't be spending Christmas with Toto Wolff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What about Toto? Because I know that you've had a little back and forth with him recently. You hired away a bunch of his top guys, right? And he's upset that you're spending money. Do you feel bad for paying his people more than he was going to pay them?
Not at all. Not at all. He's a cheap guy. You know, he should have paid them more in the first place. They'd have never left.
That's a fair point. What's the size difference between like a Red Bull Racing team and one of the lower teams, like in terms of just general staff?
I think we're on the bigger end, obviously. I mean, we're one of the bigger teams. I mean, compared to a Mercedes, they're bigger. They're probably the biggest team, followed by ourselves. Mercedes over 1,000 people just on the chassis. We're probably about 800, 850. Wow. I think Ferrari are quite similar.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
And when was the last time you got the itch to just say, fuck it, I'm going to drive?
Probably about 25 years ago.
Yeah?
No, look, I started my life as a driver. That's how I started. And I quickly recognized that my talent was not behind the wheel. But it was a great education for me. I love driving the cars. I drove here in Monaco. I drove in the category just below Formula One. And it was a great education. Yeah.
So this is a really stupid question, but I respect the fact that you pull off being a pinky ring guy. Was that just has that been your whole life? You've been a pinky ring guy?
Well, what is the definition of a pinky ring guy to you guys? I mean, obviously.
I think it's just wearing it with confidence, because I've always wanted to rock a pinky ring, and I've dabbled, I've put it on, and I just don't feel confident. Where I see you, and I'm like, that guy, he's confident in his pinky ring.
Absolutely. I mean, I think you should give it a go. I mean, if you came over here and you didn't have one, we'd think you were slightly odd.
Wait, how long have you been rocking it? Your whole life?
Yeah, so I think 18, since I was 18.
That's an early start, because now it's like part of who you are.
Yeah,
it's part of your
You know what?
DNA.
Nobody's ever asked me that question in my life before, so that's a new one. I like that.
We pride ourselves on doing that on this podcast whenever we have a guest on. I would assume we're a little different than the F1 media. Yeah. So wait, speaking of age, you know, for people who don't know your backstory, you took over Red Bull at a pretty young age. You 4 world titles. Was that, looking back on it, were you like, man, this is not easy, but like, this is awesome. I keep winning world titles, and now the last few years have been a little more difficult with Mercedes.
Look, I mean, I came in, I was 31 when I took on the job. We worked really hard to get into a championship position. We then won the championships for 4 years in a row. I think I was the youngest guy to win a Formula One championship as a team principal. And then then Mercedes came along with their juggernaut, and they've raised the bar. They've done an amazing job the last 7 years, and we've been fighting to get ourselves back into a competitive position. We're getting there. This year we're getting pretty close to them, and that's great. That's great for the whole team. It's great for Honda. It's great for our partners. It's great for the sport to suddenly have 2 guys at the top of their game going head to head.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any superstitions on race day? Any patterns that you do all the time?
Yeah. I got loads. I had them from when I was driving. So nobody listens to this podcast today, or
no one.
It's just us.
I'm not going to get help.
We're not even recording.
Right, okay. I've got 2 I can probably share with you. I have a lucky pair of underwear.
Okay.
That's won several races and championships. And I have this really bad one of I have like a lucky toilet at each track we go to, and I have to make sure that I go for a pee in that lucky toilet before the race.
Oh.
Now, if there's like in Brazil, most places it's okay because we've got our own motorhome and it's fine. But somewhere like Brazil, 25 toilets, 24 of them are empty, and the lucky one is full. You look kind of weird hanging around the toilets waiting to go to your lucky toilet.
No, I get that. So they bring the same toilets. It's like Kim Jong-un. They had his toilet train that they drive all around North Korea.
They don't take the toilet everywhere. I mean, we go to different races. When we come to Austin, I'll pick one toilet. Think, okay, that's my lucky toilet for the weekend.
Does your team know?
So it changes from race to race. I don't take the same one with me to every Grand Prix.
But does your team know, like, hey, where's Christian? Where's the boss? Like, oh, he must be held up waiting for his lucky toilet.
I don't know about that. You guys are the only ones that know about this superstition. So, they wouldn't have a clue.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm very
Sorry.
curious about the toilet. How do you decide which one is going to be the one that week? Does it just speak to you?
Guys, sorry, this has got to be the last question.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
This is
No
a good
problem.
one to wrap it up.
That's miserable. I was enjoying this. Well, look, I might try a few during the different practice sessions, and the one that we're quickest in, I will then adopt for the rest of the weekend.
Perfect.
The fastest
Okay.
toilet. I
That
love it.
is
Yeah.
unbelievable. All right, well,
Exactly.
Christian, I know you're a very busy man. We appreciate it. Hopefully this wasn't too painful for you. We try to do
Look, I enjoyed it. You guys should come to a race. You should come and find about the world of Formula One.
I would love to go to Monaco this weekend.
Is there a too fat for driving the car and too tall? Because I don't even think I would fit in the car.
No, I think, unfortunately, you fit both of those categories.
The XL car. If you got an XL car, I'll come to a race, all right?
Okay, no problem.
All right, thanks so much. Good luck this weekend.
All right, all the best.
Christian Horner is brought to you guys by our great friends at SportClips. Love SportClips. I have an appointment scheduled at SportClips for the Monday after the regular season is over, when Ryan Fitzpatrick wins the first playoff game of his career as a football team. I will be at SportClips getting my hair cut. SportClips offers a unique experience. It exceeds the typical haircut from start to finish. If you've never been to SportClips, it's the best place on earth. I say it's like Dave & Buster's for your hair. Your hair will love being at SportClips. They have a signature service. It's called the MVP haircut experience. It is the best. It's so much more than a haircut. You get a legendary hot steam towel on your face. You get a massaging shampoo. It makes you melt into your seat. It is the ultimate in relaxation. I cannot recommend the MVP haircut experience enough. It is the best way, plain and simple, to get your hair cut. When you go to SportClips versus a place that also cuts women's hair, you get stylists who are specifically trained to cut guys' hair. SportClips are experts in understanding facial shape and hair texture and cutting to a guy's best advantage. We love SportClips, and they have 1,800 locations nationwide, so SportClips is definitely closer than you think. And your experience is even better with on-deck text alerts. You get less wait time, more prime time. You get a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in. Then you get another text when you're next in line. SportClips gives you more ways to save time so that you can enjoy your prime time. Text message opt-in is required. Message and data fees may apply. Visit a SportClips near you for a haircut that exceeds the typical experience from start to finish.
Let's end the week strong, boys. Again, we got Biz Nasty on the show on Monday. Get excited for that. Hank.
I mean, we talked about
Do you
it.
have anything to be upset about?
Hank, you also won a match
I
today.
fit-
Oh!
Wait.
I'm trying to
It's
help
just
him out.
so much worse. Every time he tries to help him,
He can't help it.
it gets so much worse.
And he just alphaed me, too.
Yeah, he did. Because Hank beat you.
It's okay. I swept Hank last time. I wanted Hank to have some confidence going into his match against Jake.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm just down really bad. Not getting invited to live streams. The live streams that I put on, just getting dominated in. This kid, Brendan McGrath, though, he just DM'd me that he was 1 point away, again, from winning $500 today. So
Oh, wow.
I'll dedicate my Firefest to him.
That's
We
tough.
still had a winner, which is great for the.
If you had
show.
played just like a
Right.
little bit better, he would have got that money.
I know. One more point.
That's tough. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. My Firefest of the week.
I'm sorry, Hank.
Should we just have all of our Firefest? Should we just donate them all to Hank for this week?
I'm sorry, Hank.
Because I think what I'm about to say just like pales in comparison to what Hank is going through right now.
Yeah.
It's like showing up to a funeral with a stubbed toe and being like, "Oh,
Yeah.
my pinky toe hurts,"
I didn't do anything, but I'm just sorry.
for your losses.
Well, you put the broadcast.
I
in
did
the
not.
studio.
I did not. Come on, please. I
Yeah,
wish I
you guys tweeted it. Couldn't have been. I mean, I don't think the
didn't
broadcast. I don't even think the moment was over before PFT tweeted it.
I was sitting in the booth just
He
going,
screen
please,
recorded
someone
his-
get that for my personal use right now.
His disgusting ass computer tweeted a video, like a screen recording, like an
shit.
ancient.
Sorry,
Is your
Hank.
computer
Alien.
disgusting?
It's got some dust on it, sure. I mean, who's doesn't? It's used. I use my computer. I work on it. Sorry, Hank.
You're good.
I did you a favor because I didn't want people harassing you, asking you when the show was going to come out tonight, because that's something that I know really gets under your skin. So I told them do not harass you specifically, and instead ask Jake, your boss, when the show is coming out. I didn't do that to get any thanks from you, nor do I expect any. But I
Good.
just want to say I was looking out for you and maybe put some respect on my
I
computer
won't.
screen.
I will not.
Okay.
I'll do no such thing.
Hank, if I could boop you like a dog, I would.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
I could use it. I could really use it right now.
Boop.
Yeah.
Jake, boop him.
No.
Jake, boop him. Yeah, Hank just said that he could use
Give
a
him a
boop.
quick boop. Just a quick boop.
Fist bump.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh.
He gave me a finger that's better than what he gave me in there when I was trying to help him up.
All right.
Progress.
PFT, what's yours?
My Fire Fest of the week is that Tom Brady leadershiped the hell out of me.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Tom Brady turned me into a Tom Brady believer yesterday.
Yeah.
So I made a cheap joke about him losing money in Bitcoin, and it was
Cheap joke.
a what?
It was a really cheap joke.
I just said it was.
I know. I just.
Okay.
Just reiterated.
Do you want to do my Fire Fest, Hank?
It was.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
okay, all right. So
I
Tom
made
Brady
a really,
cheated
really,
me.
really bad joke.
I did.
Per usual.
I did. Oh wow, Hank, you're not allowed to say that.
I thought you wanted me to do your Fire Fest.
No, you're not allowed to say that because Tom Brady is the only one who's allowed to judge my jokes anymore. So I made a
I want to get out of this room so bad right now.
I made a bad joke, and Tom Brady said that SMH, I've seen better from you, PFT. Over here, we just buy the dip. And at first, I was like a little offended by it, but then I was like, wait a second, Tom Brady just said that he's seen better from me, so he expects more out of me. And then I started to expect more out of myself because Tom Brady, the legend, sees more in me than I do in myself.
Right.
And I realized I am basically Julian Edelman right now.
Yeah.
Like he just leadership the hell out of me.
He got you. He
and
got you going.
Now Tom Brady is my leader.
Correct.
He's a winner.
Yeah. You're ready to go.
I'm ready to roll.
Ready to suit up for the Bucks.
I'm ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
Ready to roll. Sorry, Hank.
You're good.
Sorry that you're
Good
feeling.
Fire Fest.
Sorry that you're lashing out at me.
Not
and
at
I'm
all.
sorry that Tom Brady's
I'm-
never interacted with you on Twitter, even though you went to jail for him.
That's not true. I think he thanks us every year. He did a few days ago on the anniversary.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll just look it up on his Twitter account. Should be there, no problem.
I think it was an Instagram comment if you really want to get
Oh,
in the
no,
nitty
it's
gritty.
not. Are you one of his high school friends or one of his college friends when he says it's like having
High school.
Okay. No, it's not online.
I think you're family.
Who knows?
All right, my Fire Fest is pretty simple. I realized this week because it's nice, it's getting warmer. I'm starting to get.
Oh, that's the other thing. I'm fat. I'm skinny and I'm fat.
Yeah.
So riddle me that.
What?
Riddle
Yeah,
me
you're
that.
fat.
How are you skinny fat?
I don't think you're fat.
Oh
Let me
no,
see it.
it's.
Let me see your stomach.
I'll show you offline.
We have to Hank. You need to get a room that blocks all of our cell phones so no one can take pictures and no one can send anything, and we'll do it there.
Well, Hank's lashing out at people online. He's saying how much money Quiggs would have in his account if he didn't sell his Dogecoin. Hank,
How is that a lash out?
you're just mad, Hank.
I'm just stating
Hank,
facts.
it's okay to be mad.
Oh
You
wait,
know
he
what?
sold his Dogecoin?
Hank, it's okay to be mad.
Oh, I thought that's how much money he had.
Let it out.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize he sold it.
Let
He
it all
doesn't
out,
have
Hank.
Any of that money?
Hank, you just want to roast us for the rest of the show?
No, I think you guys are doing great.
Thanks, Hank. All right, my Fire Fest is I need to up my grill game. I suck at grilling. I realize that. Sucks. As a guy, as a dad, you gotta be better at grilling. I'm not bad. I'm just not all the way there. You know what I mean? I'm the guy who can cook a steak well, but if you give
Medium plus.
Oh yeah, medium rare plus. But if you give me chicken, I get nervous that I'm gonna undercook it, so I overcook it every time.
Yeah, chicken's a tricky little bird.
I
It's a
hate it.
nervous bird.
Yeah, right. So I need to up my grill game. So anyone who's got tips for me, what do I gotta buy? What do I gotta do? I don't know.
I got
Whatever. Just
three-
give me some tips.
Start easy. Start with hamburgers.
No, I know how to cook them. I'm saying I want to up my game. I want to become holy shit, how'd he cook that on the grill? That was
Next
incredible.
level?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I need someone to tell me how to really up my game.
here's what you do. It's a little hack. You cook it in the oven. So I assume you can set a temperature, roast it for a little bit. If it's like a steak, or
Yeah.
if it's a nice piece of meat.
I don't want. This sounds too much.
No, you don't. It's easy. You just cook it in there. Then you take it out to the grill, and the grill's hot as shit. And you just put it on each side for a little bit.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
bring
wanna-
it in. Then you tell people it's grilled.
But then, oh, okay.
And then you're
All
like,
right.
see, look at this, and
Yeah,
it's got
just
the grill
cook- yeah,
marks.
sous
It's got a
vide it,
nice
and then,
little,
yeah.
nice crust on the outside.
I don't know. I'm just open to any. I know barbecue Twitter is a terrible place to be, but I am coming to you and saying, please help, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to become the guy who can really like be proud of his grilling. Jake,
I can't get this certain Peter Griffin laugh out of my head.
what is it?
How? Peter! Oh, God, sorry.
That's been stuck in my head. I've been humming it all week.
So your Firefest is that you're too happy.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, it's just when something's stuck in your head. Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm walk around with Elmo
Yeah.
playing in my head all the time.
And Bluey, right?
Yeah, but Elmo's the worst.
Yeah. So,
Okay, that sounds like a
Tough
pretty good week.
no, I mean,
Pretty bad. I
All
know.
right, let's send everyone on
Jake's
their
down
way.
bad too. It sounds like.
18.
Give me
99.
8 again.
Andres Karolinko.
What's that?
47.
Hank, please get this.
73.
Watch be 18.
9. Looks like 9.
Is that an 8?
Looks
Is that
like
an 8?
a 9. Looks like a no.
Does not qualify. Does not qualify.
Right? Run it
Was
back.
gonna be a
Did not get
6.
sucked
Was
up.
gonna be a 6.
$46.
40.
A one-off, Hank. Oh, no.
Come on.
Just like in
That's
Play
not
Barstool
right.
app today.
That's not right.
That's your extra
Were you
point.
on
That
that?
would have
That's
won
not
him
right.
$500.
That's not right.
46 first timer.
Oh.
Do you
You
want
said
animal
47,
slash,
Hank?
animal/journalism or no?
The
Yeah,
worst
please.
part is that I have been doing in order, just counting up,
You
and
forgot.
I don't know if I did 46 or 45 last time.
Oh, man.
Animal or journalism?
Let's do animal.
Let Hank pick.
Hank, animal or journalism?
Let's just end the show.
Okay,
guys.
we'll
I'll
see
save
you
it
on
for
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
I've heard enough of Jake today.